The spiritual journey is really hard because it's not all fluffy and wonderful and breakthroughs and aha and freedom. That's like so freaking far down the pike. And yeah, you get glimpses of it and things start to feel a little easier, but maybe not because life is actually easier. Maybe it's because things are settling in your own nervous system first for a little while. So what do you do when you've been practicing your shadow work for a long time and a manifestation comes out that is the very thing that you're trying to work on in your shadow work, shifting your beliefs around your value, around your self-image, around your safety in the tribe, around your ability to survive in this world? What do you do? You know, you have a chronic pattern and it just, you're trying to heal and do the inner work around it, and then it just friggin' knocks at your door. It doesn't even knock. It just like barges right in. Doesn't even knock. And it's like, oh, hello, here's me again. Like The Shining, right? Here's your problem. And the knee-jerk reaction, old you, old me, we would be like, oh, I'm butthurt, and that's the end of the story, right? And it's like, okay, so you gotta, and then you think, oh, you know, it just feels bad. It feels really bad, like it used to feel. I thought I changed this belief already, you know, and the person did the same thing, or a different person does the same thing to you. You're like, yeah, but I thought I changed that story. How do you say? So the question is, ultimately, where we want to get, overview is, we want to get in our healing to a place of, I can't notice myself calming my voice down. We want to get to a place where you're in a situation that, this is you're in the situation that you don't like, that makes you feel the thing you feel, right? This is your feelings. And this is how the thing has just made you feel. Because it came up and it said, in so many words, you have no value. Whatever form that was, you know, or, yeah, just say like that. I don't see you. You have no value. You're going to have to struggle forever. Nobody's going to ever be here. Whatever it is. Whatever your one is, right? The belief that your parents, the world, your environment, all these things have made you believe about yourself. Fair enough. That happened. That was true. They really did make you feel that way. You really did have to develop coping strategies around navigating your world in order to survive. Now you're like, this thing happened again, right? You know what this thing is going to feel like it means to you. You know that when this happens, you know that your pattern is, I'm going to make it mean this. Because this thing happens to me, it definitely means this. So I'm talking to you who's at that phase of your spiritual journey where you're not blaming the whole world anymore or the people 100% anymore. You're understanding, you're not blaming yourself, but you're understanding what those things have made you believe. And we're just looking at it from that perspective. When this happens, it makes me believe this about myself. And that takes a lot of bravery. That takes a lot of presence. And that takes a lot of being with uncomfortable emotions. You think you're going to get to that place by not feeling what these things make you feel? You're not going to do it. It's not going to happen. You're not going to be, I mean, even if it's just like for a moment, you know, and you get it. Doesn't mean be there for 20, hours straight. Okay? It could just be briefly. So we want to get to the place ultimately of, I understand when this happens, what it's making me believe about myself. First off, I know what it's making me feel. Then I know what it's making me believe about myself. Now, how can I be in the world while this still happens and not believe it? Like be me without the belief. can this still happen? And these people say these same things and accuse you of this and that, or ignore you and don't text you back, or ghost you. Whatever your version of this is, whatever makes you be this and feel shit about yourself and doubt, and how somebody made you feel when you were little, right? How can you be this instead while this happens? And what happens is your reaction is different. It doesn't mean you sit there passively and go, oh, okay, I'm just going to let that shitty thing. You might actually rise up and like have a fierce boundary and say, absolutely no freaking not anymore. Or you might be like, yeah, I'm just going to completely not make it, doesn't make it mean that anymore, just because I feel this way. And then you respond to it differently. You might even ignore it, or not ignore it, but just not give it a whole bunch of attention. It meaning the external thing. I mean, give the internal thing a lot of attention. So what is going to happen in the body is you're going to feel filled with emotion. The same emotions that came up when this belief started, the genesis of this belief when you were 5, those feelings are going to come up again because they're trying to be resolved. Your shadow work isn't going to make those feelings be less. So don't fall for that trap. You know, you're going to feel, this is you with your feelings. This is you with your feelings plus the shitty belief. Now we take away the belief and we go, yeah, I still feel bad. It's the thing, you even feel more stripped. It's like that bad thing happens. You're like, what am I making this mean? What is this making me feel? What am I making this mean? It's not going to make the feeling go away. What am I making this mean does not make the feeling go away. Makes feeling get worse. But then, now you're at the place where you're like, oh, is it true? Is this true? I think it was this side. I love this deck of cards from Croatia. Is this actually true about me? And you've already done the shadow work. You already know it's not true about you. You already felt in your nervous system that isn't true about you. But this is going to make this happen. Is that making sense? Don't fall for the trap that my feelings are going to get better because I did shadow work. And don't fall for the trap that this isn't going to happen because I did shadow work. This is going to happen. The feelings are going to be there. The belief is going to be there really big. Really big. Why? So you can strip it away. So you can unlock yourself from it. And the scariest thing in the world is to have this thing happen and be here. And be like, no, it doesn't mean that. Because then you have to find another source for the meaning. This being gone isn't proof of your value. This being here isn't proof of your not value. What's proof of your value? It has nothing to do with this, whether it's here or here. Your belief system that's what shadow work is for. It's to train you to develop your own belief system regardless of this being here or not. Oh, this isn't here, so I'm good, valued, loved, and safe. Oh, this is here, I'm bad, unvalued, and in danger. No. Shadow work is to get you here, unstuck in this very nice, what would you call that? Some kind of gold that's not too yellow. That's what I have to say for today. I hope it's helpful. Bye-bye. Love you. See you next time.